I'm Nick the History Kid. I'm a young patriot who loves history. Today, I'm going to Pea Patch Island in Delaware, where Fort Delaware is located. Fort Delaware is where, during the Civil War, the Union forces once housed Confederate prisoners of war in 1859. It's located in the middle of the Delaware River. Time to board our boat to the island. Boat ride to the island. Are you ready to go back in time to the summer of 1864? You probably can already figure out my New Jersey connection. That's New Jersey over there. This fort protected Delaware and New Jersey. During the War of 1812, efforts were made to fortify Pea Patch Island. Construction of a star fort on the island began sometime before December 8, 1817. This is the courtyard of Fort Delaware. This is a recreation of one of the prisoner of war barracks. During the Civil War, Fort Delaware went from protector to prison. A prison of war camp was established to house captured Confederates, including about a dozen generals and most of the Confederates captured at Gettysburg. Does this remind you of anything? Remember my Fort Sumter video? When you come to Fort Delaware, make sure you check out the Blacksmith's Forge. The attack on Fort Mifflin during the Revolutionary War proved that a fort was needed further away from Philadelphia. In order to prevent possible invaders, the fort was built here.
Now, let me introduce you to him. Number one, raise your hand. There he is, in the front. Number two, number three, number four, and the gunner. Those are your positions. Light artillery is the same thing. Put your hand down. I'll answer questions at the end. Now, with the next command, the gunner will begin the demonstration.
Take implement.
All right, to take implement, you'll see them. They'll pass out some bags here. One goes to 3, one goes to 4. You'll see 2 and 1 putting on gloves. Now, 1 and 2 have their own name. They're known as Matros, Matt and Ross, for better purposes, you say. We're not sure if it's old Latin or Greek or maybe even French. But the closest thing we can come to in the English translation is expendable. Look what they're standing concerning the heavy gun. At the business end. Something happens, we'll make more. Yeah, they tend to lose these. A lot. All right, now what he's using is a finger stall. Light artillery, it's a thumb stall. He's covering the vent on the top of the gun. There's no airflow going through that.
Vent secure. Search piece.
We're going to search the piece just to make sure from the previous 4 hours there's nothing in the barrel. No debris, no leftover gunpowder, nothing. There's a new term in the 1864 Ordnance Manual. Gun safety. Use it. That's called a worm. This is a giant corkscrew. We're going to check the piece, make sure there's nothing in there. Now this is the 30th day of their cycle, which means today they will be blank firing. Just the charge, no projectile. That's every 90 days. The Navy gives us a hand with that.
Load by detail. Load for action. Load.
There you go. Normally we do an actual run-through on a detail. Get you used to what you're doing every single time. It's a little too hot. That way you don't have to stay up there as long. It's a little cooler. We actually do the detail. Now that's a sponge. It's wet. You still run that down. In between each round, you're going to do that. You need to put out that fire in between each round. Sir. Yes, sir. Now that's the charge we're going to put in. Number 4 will take that up to number 2. Number 2 will put it in the barrel. Number 1 will work that all the way down underneath the gunner's finger. Really? Maybe you should wear white next time. Yeah, good. Okay. All right. Perfect. Now you see number 2 has a broom. They're going to do something very strange. Something you wouldn't think they'd have to do every time. Do that every 3 to 5 rounds. You're going to sweep the front of your gun just like that. Because after a while you start getting a little bit of the gunpowder dust that's left over. It'll fall down on top of the gun in the front. And about every 10th round you'll get a nice smooth shave, especially in your nose hairs if you don't sweep off the gun. Now he just poked a hole in that bag of gunpowder with a priming wire. It's made of brass. Children, why is that made of brass? Do you know? Don't you know your elements yet? Brass does not cause a spark. Spark, no spark. All right, that's point command. Once you'll take the maneuvering spikes, number 4 will come back and deal with the elevation mechanism. They're going to traverse and elevate. They're already sighted in. Now they got to go for distance. The original grunt. There we go.
Ready!
Notice there's a lot of body language. After about the 5th or 6th round, you're not going to hear anything. Yeah. So you'll have hand signals. You notice everyone faces the gun. In case something goes wrong, step away. That's friction primer, fulminate of mercury. Same exact chemical compound as a strike anywhere match, weight tip match. Same exact chemical compound. Watch your fingers. Number 3 will be the lanyard puller, the fire of the gun. All right. Nodding off here. All right. Battery, make ready! Cover your ears, open your mouths. Open your mouths. Just like that.
Open your mouth. You got it open up?
We're good.
Number 137. Fire!
That's how you do that.
Recover!
Wow, I heard that land somewhere. I'm not wasting any powder on you. Now, do you remember me saying 10-pound bag of gunpowder? That was 1 pound.
By 1866, approximately 156 guns were mounted in total, filling the fort's casements and ramparts to capacity. This is the officers' quarters. By August 1863, there were more than 11,000 prisoners on the island. By the end of the war, it held almost 33,000 men. About 2,500 prisoners died on Pea Patch Island. During the war, 109 Union soldiers and about 40 civilians died on the island as well. Delaware acquired the fort from the United States government in 1947 after the federal government declared it a surplus site. Today, Fort Delaware State Park is open for all of us to visit and learn about our history. Until next time, I'm Nick the History Kid, reminding you to come to New Jersey and visit our history. New Jersey, from the Revolutionary War to the Jersey Shore, both history and fun awaits you.